My name is Heath Tucker. I am in Ardmore, Tennessee, and I purchased 8 of the digital entries to win the car. I first heard about PrimeDriven on Facebook, just scrolling through Facebook, and I want to say it was the first car giveaway, the sweepstakes company that I saw. And of course, after that, once you show one of them attention, the algorithm's like, oh, hey, you're interested in that. But PrimeDriven seems to show up more than any of them. So you guys are doing a great job there. And but yeah, it was on Facebook. I want to say 57, 58, something like that. So I definitely stuck with it. Like I was hooked. Like, cause I mean, you were always giving away cool cars, but I don't think I even realized that until I saw the order confirmation, and I was like, oh wow, I really have been supporting those guys. But you always give away cool cars, and what does it hurt to at least say, okay, 1 or 2 entries into all of them? I felt like, well, if I do that, you can't win if you don't enter, right? So it kind of goes along with being a gearhead. It's stuff that I would wear or purchase anyway. So, the benefit is I'm just entered to win really cool cars. But yeah, it's t-shirts and stuff that I'd be interested in wearing anyway. So, but yeah, I do have a lot of apparel. I think I have enough shirts now. I'm down to like buying socks and stuff like that. So, and that's why I do like, some people may not, but I like the digital entry option for people who are like, okay, I've got enough stuff. I just want a chance at winning. So, and some people are like, well, you're not really getting anything for it. Well, yeah, you are. You're getting the chance to win an awesome car, right, or awesome truck, whatever. So it's still worth it to me. Like I said, I enter all of them, but I think what made me go a little bit crazier on this one was the color of the car. It's an Audi S4. Like perfect balance of like, hey, this will be a fun drive, daily driver, but it's also like kind of luxurious. It's like that perfect balance, but it's just a sharp car. And I was like, who wouldn't want that? So I'll throw a little bit more towards that one. It was my color, I love gray metallic vehicles. So yeah, one that comes to mind is the STI hatchback that you gave away. I really liked, really all of them, but even the giveaway of the blue Civic Type R, which was the one before the Audi. Yeah, like that was one that I would have loved to have. That would have been a great daily driver commute vehicle just to have fun in. But I still feel like the cars. I feel like this sounds make cliche or something like that, but I feel like the right car goes to the right person. And I entered for all of them, but I went a little bit crazier on the Audi because I've always been like a Volkswagen automotive group fan, Porsche, Volkswagen, Audi, and an S4. Like who wouldn't want an Audi S4? So I probably wouldn't want one as much if I didn't work on them myself, because they can be kind of fun to maintain and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what made me enter that one. Is big Volkswagen Audi fan, and the color. I love the color. It's like one of my favorite colors on a vehicle. So. My dad was like an automotive technician. Like he went to school for it, and he turned wrenches on stuff his whole life. And my brother was into it, and it's just kind of like one of those things. I grew up being around it, and for whatever reason, at a young age, like I always maintained my own vehicles as well. Like I've had a lot of different vehicles. I've slowed down as I've gotten older. But, and I've even asked myself, well, I wonder how much money I've saved over all these years because I do all my own maintenance, and like from timing jobs to suspension, anything. But that's pretty much, I just grew up around it, and I never thought that I would go from, working on cars to like being in the Air Force and working on aircraft. So that was really cool. So I just like turning wrenches on just about anything, really. I always wanted to be in the military. It was like growing up, it was always something that I thought I wanted to do. I joined late for sure. I joined when I was 27 years old. And the day I graduated tech school, I was 28, which was like the cutoff at the time for the Air Force. But it was just something I always wanted to do. I thought I would end up in the Army or flying helicopters, or, I had something different in mind when I was a kid, but life just kind of steered me in the direction of the Air Force. So I was active duty for about 5 years, and then switched over to the Air National Guard for a couple years, and then got out of the military altogether, and didn't even realize I would do this, but ended up contracting for the Air Force at Cannon Air Force Base, working on CV-22 Ospreys. So I did a little bit of aircraft maintenance even after the military. So I had a Mark IV Jetta VR6 6-speed at Volkswagen wise, and I had a Mark V GTI 6-speed. That was one of my favorite cars. I mean, they're not like super fast, but they're geared pretty aggressive, so they make use of the power that's there. And I would probably still have that car if someone hadn't totaled it for me. So, but yeah, and I have a '99 Camaro SS that was my brother's, and we put an LQ9 6.0 cammed out. Like, we've done some stuff to it. It was a lot faster car when he had it, but the way I have it sitting, it's just a cammed out 6.0. It's still fun to drive, but that's probably the coolest car I have because we built it together and stuff like that. So it's like the one car that's like never leaving the family kind of thing. But I'm always looking forward to like the next project. I was I can't have my phone in the area that I work, but I walked out and I picked up my phone and I saw the text message, and then I'm like, okay, there's also a voicemail, and I think I clicked on the visual voicemail showed up, and I could kind of see that, and then I went straight to my email for whatever reason. I guess like the three things that I knew that like, hey, this is legit, because it's not some scammer like, hey, we need you to send us a bunch of information before they even prove who they are. So, I realized pretty quickly, like, hey, this is legitimate. And but I was super stoked. That doesn't take away, knowing it's legit did not take away from the excitement. I was like, kind of like losing. I was like, this is crazy. This is wild. And I had to kind of calm down for a minute and collect myself. And then I clicked on the email and like, just, and looked at the text messages, and I was like, okay, well, let me contact these folks back so we can, say, hey, what's up? And, see what the rest of the process is. Probably first would be, probably with my brother, because he's such a huge car nut like I am. So, yep, that's probably just because, that's who I turn wrenches with and we do everything with. I would say that it is absolutely real, and that you can't win if you don't enter. And, this may be like a little bit of luck superstition, but buy a t-shirt, and then all the future giveaways that you enter with PrimeDriven, or, just wear that shirt on the drawing day. I feel like it's good luck, because I told myself that first thing in the morning. I was like, I'm going to wear my PrimeDriven shirt because I know they're supposed to draw today. And I was like, that'll bring me luck. That must be the luckiest t-shirt ever.